Welcome to GREEDWATCH2018. This is a Kamen Rider O's recap podcast. My name's Coriander Dickinson, and I have with me Josh A. Kagan.
Hey, what's up, jerks? That's Jason Mantzoukas' line from How Did This Get Made? A podcast that is not this one. Let me try again. Hey, you're stupid. I win. I'm great. Yay! I've been drinking.
And Adam Wasserman.
Hi, everybody. I'm happy to be here, and I'm happy that you're here. I have not been drinking.
Contextual reasons. I have been drinking for contextual reasons.
Are those reasons that you wanted to drink?
I mean, always. That's the backbeat. But I was like, after watching the episode, I was like, I feel like I should be tipsy for these two episodes for reasons that we'll get to when we get into it.
So you mean episode 27, 1000, a movie, and a mook?
Oh, I have 1000 movie Combat Man.
What? Combat Man?
Yeah, and they refer to them as combatants within the actual subtitles of the show, but for some reason they went with Combat Man. I'm not 100% on that.
I understand that he does the things that combat can.
There's no hyphen, Josh.
It's not important.
Oh, excuse me? The hyphen's real important.
No, it isn't. No.
This is the hill I'll die on.
Let's all find out how old each other are officially. When one says Particle Man, is the canonical Particle Man to you, Plucky Duck?
Okay, so,
What?
we're Canadian, so They Might Be Giants is huge.
Yes, but more importantly, did you get the episode of Tiny Toon Adventures where they did it, where Hampton and Plucky did a Particle Man video, as well as an Istanbul Not Constant I've been drinking. Video that was unfortunately racially insensitive. But Particle Man is fine and dandy.
Okay, well, I've never heard
Did
the
we
song
not
Particle
watch
Man.
Tiny Toons?
I did. I don't recall
No, wait,
that.
hold on. You've
Tiny
never
Toons was
heard
real.
Particle Man?
Yes, that is
What?
true. Also, Tiny Toons was sort of sporadic in my area. I do recall when they did the name game and they skipped Plucky for obvious reasons.
It was a great show, and that is the hill that I will die on.
Here's the problem, Josh, is I saw Animaniacs and then Tiny Toons and just,
Oh, fascinating. No.
See, because Animaniacs is like a million times better than Tiny Toons.
What?
Like at least a million.
But you can't have Animaniacs without Tiny Toons.
Exactly.
That doesn't mean, listen, you can't have Godzilla Final Wars without late 90s American Godzilla, but that doesn't mean that was a good thing.
So Kogami is singing Happy Birthday.
Through flowers.
Like a really long version? Like he does the first verse twice.
Yeah, he just, same as the first, a little bit louder and a little through flowers.
He forgot the words to Happy Birthday.
That
canonical.
That's tough to do, because there's only 7 words.
I think that's the only song Kogami even knows.
I've theorized this before, but I feel like not unlike Chairman Kaga, Kugami must have been like a musical theater dork.
Right.
Presumably.
They occupy the same synapse, and although there's no evidence of this left on YouTube, Chairman Kaga from the original Irish Chef was like the lead in Les Mis. I think he was like the cop. Is that Javert? Sure.
Javert, you Philistine.
What up? What up, USA? We got hard teas, motherfucker. We got Mike's Hard Lemonade and we got hard teas. Anyways, our good boys.
Okay, come on. Mike's Hard Lemonade is a hard tea.
Yes, but not all hard teas are Mike's Hard Lemonade. Welcome to Coffee Talk. Anyways, our good boys, our good arm boy and our good underpants boy, they're both motorcycling towards the sound of Kugami's voice as he sings Happy Birthday. And then Kugami finishes, and our good boys, our good Ankh boy and our good edgy boy, they're hanging out, and they're like, hey, why are we here?
We're here to say goodbye to the fourth wall.
Welcome to Charlie Kaufman's Kamen Rider.
Pretty much.
Eiji and Ankh have been riding dramatically to arrive at Kogami's office as Kogami finishes singing Happy Birthday, while an inconspicuous janitor swipes at the piano with a cloth.
I swear to God, I thought that was going to be Goto because he'd gotten like super demoted.
Somehow, yeah. I thought it made sense. And then I saw that the cleaning bottle he was using was labeled Shocker.
Dun,
and
dun,
then
dun.
I knew how wrong I was.
I didn't. I had to look this up, and I have so many questions about Kamen Rider in 1971 and what they thought was cool for bad guys.
Oh, we'll get there.
Oh, we sure will.
It's a convenient time to be asking these questions because it's the 1000th episode next episode.
Okay, so the boys, our good arm boy and our good underpants boy are like, hey, did you bring us here to just sing to us? And he's like, no, it's the 1000th episode of Kamen Rider. So right away, what reality are we working in? Are we to believe that Kugami is like, I am using the phrase episode to chart our fights as Kamen Rider? Like,
absolutely not.
So there's no meta narrative here. He both exists in the world of the show and as a person just being like, we made it to 1000 episodes, bitches. Let's do this.
Exactly.
For the purposes of these 2 episodes, just presume that like a lot of it kind of isn't really happening.
So yeah, totally. I was able to put that together, but at the same time, they are still trying to keep the threads of the show going. Who has Ankh's core and things of that nature. Like they're still trying to tell the story, but then on top of it, they've gone to Banana Land.
Like, you're aware that the show exists within the magical realm of advertising where they sell toys and make constant callbacks to like old things. Yeah, and a motion picture and crossovers with other stuff.
Which we see a lot of, I assume, in those opening credits. There's like a train that comes from nowhere, and everybody's got different hats. And
I propose.
Go on.
I propose that we watch that movie.
Oh yeah, sure, absolutely. I was saying to my friend Coriander Dickinson.
Oh yeah.
I've met her.
While Adam was trying to figure out how computer, that if we survive all of these episodes, I believe there are 600 left, then yes, we will occupy the same physical space and watch the movie together.
Well, so here's the thing. This isn't the only movie. This particular movie is
it's the only one I care about.
This one is set between episodes 26 and 27.
Yeah, this is not the important movie to watch.
It looks great.
It's important to me. It's got all the Kamen Riders in it, Corey. Did you see all of them? There were so many.
Kogami saw them all.
It's got a turtle with like a bazooka on its back.
I'm going to draw it to get into art college. It's just an American joke. Just an American joke. Okay, great.
I got it. I'm familiar with your culture.
Aw.
Is the first confusing thing you saw, Josh, this episode, Kogami ringing a bell and then Satanaka rolling in on a bicycle with a mustache?
That's a great call, and here's why. Because it doesn't make any fucking sense.
They're doing Kamishibai.
Our very good boys are like, why did you bring us here? And Kugami's like, well, I don't know if you want to be here or not, but maybe if you stay around, Ankh, I'll tell you who has your core medal. And Ankh's like, hey, we better stick around and see what's going on. And then Satanaka comes in with the bicycle with the television on the back. And then Kugami, as my dear bearded friend Adam said, rings a bell. And suddenly we're in fucking stupid land where Satanaka has a mustache. And we are watching their like pitch deck for Kugami wants to make a 1000th episode Kamen Rider movie.
Exactly. This is a pitch deck for children.
Okay, I did a little research, but go on.
Before manga, itinerant artists would bike around with little theaters and set up and do little theater shows based on their drawings, like switching them out for kids, and it was called Kamishibai, and it's a precursor to manga, somewhat.
That did not come up in my research. That is a deep cut, Japan, and I learned a new thing today. That's really cool. Did they all have mustaches?
Absolutely.
Oh, dynamite.
There are many archetypes being referenced in this episode.
Yes.
So they do their pitch deck for what Kugami wants the Kamen Rider movie to be, which, if Wikipedia has not steered me wrong, is basically the story of the 1971 Kamen Rider?
Kamen Rider Ichigo, that is correct.
A guy is kidnapped by Shocker, which is...
an evil organization.
Not just any evil organization, Adam. An evil organization founded by ex-Nazis. So here's the thing. If you are one of the 7 people who's actually going to look up these episodes and watch them, you are going to see a lot of goose stepping, and you are going to see a lot of motherfucking Sieg Heiling. And I did not know what was going on until I did a little Wikipediaing. And the bad guys, the Shockers, the original bad guys of Kamen Rider, well, they're just straight up Nazis.
So you didn't get that from the goose stepping and the Sieg Heiling, like that forward salute.
Okay, you know what? I understand. Look, I live under the Trump administration. I know what a Sieg Heil looks like, but I didn't know that it was. I didn't know that it was like tied into Kamen Rider. You know, you can goose step jokingly. You can be like, "Ha, I'm referencing fascism." I was not aware that the Skellington men who run around, the combatants, as they are called, I did not know that this was like the Joni Loves Chachi to the Nazi Party's Happy Days.
I mean, traditionally, like regular Nazis don't go "ee" when they heil, but that's about the only.
That's unique
difference.
to Kamen Rider. That's very unique to Kamen Rider.
It's extremely
like,
important to me.
The "ing" is fundamental to those mooks.
Most combatants only go E and nothing, never say anything. That's their whole deal.
Okay, so everybody's gonna do this movie, and then Date walks in and he's like, "And I'm the director." And then we have a minute. So the janitor who has been cleaning Kugami's piano with Shocker brand cleaner, with Nazi brand cleaner.
Yep.
He's in the locker room and he's like, "I'm mad. I don't like Kamen Riders, and I wish I could do a thing." And then Kazari walks in and is like, "Hey, guess what? You're gonna do a thing." And he flips a medal into his head, and then you count the medals 1, 2, 3.
Correct.
And then we count the episodes. 999, which they display by basically putting little tails on the O's for O's. So they look sort of 9-like.
9?
It's good.
That's what all the combatants are saying, because they're
Yep.
And by the way, our bad guy janitor kind of looks like Derek Waters from Drunk History, and that's why I've been drinking. And I will only refer to him as Derek Waters. He is Derek Waters from Drunk History, and that is why, for the purposes of this episode, I did a couple pickleback shots at 5:30 p.m.
Now it makes sense.
What is a pickleback?
A pickleback shot is how you remind me of what I really am. It's not
Don't try
like
to seduce me with Nirvana.
That's Corey. Please tell me you did that on purpose.
Dude. Now it's your turn to say sorry, because you're thinking of a different story. Corey.
This is not how you remind me.
A pickleback shot is a shot of Irish whiskey followed by a shot of pickle brine. 2 things we have a lot of in the Kagan household.
How am I going to get Irish whiskey?
Guys, we're 3 minutes into this episode and 16 minutes into this episode.
I could give a shit. It's a Sunday night in
Josh
California.
is the worst Josh.
Yay! Best Josh! Okay. You count the medals 1, 2, 3. You see scenes from a movie we're never going to watch, and we are back to it.
Back to the lair of Date's roommate, Dr. Maki, who is trying to do important computer business with his sidekick puppet.
He's typing like I type when I'm pretending to be busy. Like tap, 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 tap. I'm working, really.
Do. I'm doing a thing. His screen never changes.
And Date's like, hey, I need you to be my cameraman. Chiyoko will be there. And Maki's like, flashback. She might be my dead sister.
Date's like, where does she work the couscousier? Says Maki.
And when Maki changes his mind, his doll goes from wearing like regular Dr. Maki doll clothes to wearing a little tiny t-shirt that says 1,000 episodes.
I hope you like that t-shirt. Get used to that t-shirt.
You're about to see like 10 of that t-shirt.
I definitely like that t-shirt. I definitely like it less as boxers on AG, which I see a lot.
Would you like one of those t-shirts, Josh? Because they only made 1,000 of them, so, maybe head to eBay.
I don't wear white t-shirts. I wear black because I'm in mourning for my life.
Not after Labor Day, I should hope.
Winter white is a thing now. Fashion has changed, as they say in Serial Mom.
Philistine.
Well, I mean, like, white is kind of a winter color. Like, if you're a winter, you can do white.
Everybody has assembled. Ank's reading his script upside down. Date's handing out assignments. Here's the most important thing that happens in either of these two episodes. Date winks at everybody, and when he winks, it makes the gashapon popping noise that his belt makes. And actually, I'm basically done. I have covered everything I care about.
Pardon me, the most important thing that happens is that Hina hits Date through a wall.
Not as important as the wink.
And this is a runner that we're going to get over the course of these next two episodes where Hina is like, I'm so strong and it doesn't ever help anybody and it's always bad. As if being on a superhero show and having a superpower is somehow a detriment.
So here's the thing about these two episodes that I really like, is that literally everybody has their personality dialed up to 20.
Everyone's drunk.
They just take like whatever their like, thing is, like being strong or being like crazy like Dr. Maki or being like effervescent like Date, and they just tell them to go as far with it as possible. And I like it.
Yes, as opposed to the staid, laid-back Dogma 95 persona that everyone has had for the previous 26 episodes.
They're only dialed up to 10 normally. Now they're at 20. That's all I'm saying. They found new levels that I did not expect.
Date is handing out parts and jobs. It's not unlike, and this is maybe I'm just being extra on brand. It's not unlike when Charlie Brown is the director in A Charlie Brown Christmas. I may be the only one who thought that, but he's like,
I agree.
He's standing there handing out. I would like to think they were inspired by this, but he's handing out parts. And my favorite part of this is that he says to Satonaka, like, and you'll be like the grip or whatever the fuck, or the script, or you're just going to stand there. And she's like, great, but I won't do overtime. I love Satonaka. And if like next week, this show just became like Caroline in the City, but with Satonaka just making her way in her prefecture or whatever the fuck, I would be thrilled. She's great.
Josh, you're in the quote unquote industry, right? This is pretty much how movies get made, yeah?
I have a lot of thoughts about this.
Where like your director's handing out roles and then some rando walks in from outside and is like, I volunteered to be the dumbass.
So this is what happens. They hand out all of the parts and the jobs, and Chiyoko is like, I'm not an actress? What? Because Date actually sets up when he's trying to reel in Dr. Maki. Yeah. He's like, oh, and Chiyoko is going to be there, and she was an actress in college. A piece of information I was not surprised by in any way, shape, or form. But Chiyoko is just like, and Chiyoko, you're like the grip, or you're working catering, or whatever the fuck. She's like, I'm not an actress. And Date is like, in my next movie, I promise you'll be an actress.
Like, Date thinks ahead, and he plans for the life he wants to have.
In my subtitles, she was recruited as a PA.
Let's go back for a second, because I went to theater school for 7 years, and here is a phrase I never heard. Acting is about winning or losing.
Did you ever see a doll on a crane arm running a camera?
Corey, I don't know if that's the answer to my question. I mean, it's a statement.
If you see
And
like 1,000 impossible things, what's one more impossible thing?
Yeah, really. That's what you choose to complain about? Jeez.
Yes, I do, because I don't think acting is about winning or losing. I think acting is about telling the truth of a story as the writer intended.
Yeah, and if you do that, you win, and if you don't, you lose.
My mistake.
And someone else gets your job.
Someone else immediately gets your job.
A little thing that came up in the subtitles on this when Chiyoko is giving one of two pep talks over the course of these 2 episodes. She keeps saying she's talking to Goto, and she's just like, no, and that's acting is about winning or losing, and that's why you need to say, I am the actress. I am the actress. And Goto's like, yeah, but I'm a boy. And she's like, shut up, actress. And I feel like this is like a detail that I am missing out on because I do not speak Japanese.
No, it's just Chiyoko's really talking to herself.
Uh-huh. It's not about him at all.
And Date is like, yeah, you get the part. And now she is the plot of this movie. The plot of this movie is that, and everybody, by the way, has their own names, but Eiji has been kidnapped by Shocker, and they do mad experiments on. It's like if Red Skull made Captain America. Like a guy gets kidnapped by Shocker and gets turned into a robot warrior who we come to know as Kamen Rider, but then he realizes that working for Nazis is whack.
That's how like literally every Showa Kamen Rider is born. They get kidnapped, they get experimented on, they escape.
I've only watched the one, and in this one that we're talking about, a man in his underwear.
This is a Heisei Kamen Rider show, Josh.
This is a
So
hate
you
crime?
know how like Doctor Who,
you
know how Doctor Who did in like 2008, 5, however long ago. It was like a gap in Doctor Who.
My good old year of 2008-5. I remember.
Okay, I'm just gonna say like
it was many years from now.
There was Christopher Eccleston and David Tennant, and everything was fine, right? This is like that. This is the new stuff. This is not the old Nazi stuff.
Has Kamen Rider been going consistently since 1971, or did they take little breaks?
Good question, Josh. Kamen Rider was going semi-consistently from 1971 until they took a fairly long break where they tried to restart the franchise with a movie and a couple of like direct-to-video things before they finally restarted it permanently in the late 90s. So there was a gap. There was a pretty substantial gap in there.
So kind of like Doctor Who.
Kind of like Doctor Who.
I've never seen it, but apparently there was a terrible American pilot that never made it to air.
No, I saw
like the. Oh, did it? But it didn't make it to. You saw it.
Yeah, they showed it on Fox TV.
Web.
No.
Oh, no shit.
They showed it on television.
Oh, I mean, in Canada, sure.
Everywhere.
No, I don't.
Yeah, no. I think they showed it as a double feature with Star Trek V.
Well,
and Indiana Jones and the Crystal Skull.
What?
Well, it's not even a double feature.
And then we cut away to an intersection, and there's like a parrot breathing fire on cars.
Caw-caw, motherfuckers! It's just a parrot who's just throwing fireballs at Earth.
Okay, the important thing I wanted to get to was after the fireball parrot, we're like in Mook's apartment. Derek Waters?
Yep.
Winters.
Derek Waters.
So we're in Waters.
Dean Winters.
Yeah! Please tell me the name of the Mook.
The vulture.
I can't read.
Sendo. It's Sendo. Got there.
Derek. All right. So we're in Derek's apartment, and there's like a futon. It's like got normal dressers and stuff, and one of the drawers is open, and there's just a hairy egg sack.
Yep.
Just in a drawer. Just like,
Just getting ready.
Just ready to go.
There's a fight.
Anka wants Eiji to capture the parrot so he can find out about his core metal, but it doesn't work. And the parrot flies off. And so Ank's like, all right, I'm going to use my spider tracer, by which I mean this giant taco can. And the parrot's like, there's a can on my butt. Goodbye. And swipes it off and takes off.
And they lose track of the yummy.
Yep.
Oh no!
Oh.
No!
Then Kazari's just like hanging out at Derek Waters' place, looking at his stuff. He's got a lot of combatant dolls. On his walls, he has a list of every Kamen Rider episode. And as far as I can tell, like whether the combatants won or lost, and they, lost all of them. But he's got a very thorough list of every single loss so far.
So Derek Waters is kind of like Syndrome, right? Like he's
Correct.
basically just
Yeah.
he's a Kamen Rider. He's a Kamen Rider fanboy who has just fanboyed all these years. He has no tie to any organization. Shocker seems to be long gone, but he's just like a cosplayer who really is just mad at Kamen Rider.
It's more like if he was like a Skeletor fanboy who watched He-Man and was just mad that Skeletor never wins.
Yes.
The important thing is that his egg bursts forth, revealing the leopard squid.
The more important thing is that he has dried squid laundry outside his room.
I noted that because it's not a thing you see every day, but at the same time I was like, I don't know if I want to make mention of this because I understand that, apartments can be small in Japan and maybe a lot of people are hanging squid out on their parapet. Maybe
first time I've ever seen it.
Okay, well, so what we need to know is Derek Waters just has a clothesline of dried squid.
Yes.
And while he and Kazari are arguing, he's like cooking up some on a hibachi, and then the squid leopard pops out. And this is, I know I say this every time, that these monsters are the worst ones ever, but this one is genuinely, my people of the court, if it please you, look, I am just a simple screenwriter from the backwater land of Los Angeles, California. I've seen many things in my days, but I have never seen something truly as execrable as this fucking terrible leopard squid monster, which has the face of a man, but then on top of that, the face of a leopard vomiting out a squid. I hate it so much.
It's like those seagulls. It's like seagulls eating starfish.
Yeah.
That doesn't... Well, I feel so much better now.
To be a little bit fair, it is somewhat patterned on the quality of monsters that you would get back in the early Kamen Rider era, where they were not quite as they looked a lot worse.
No, this is on par with the Jelly Lion. This is
the leopard part looks real
face.
Old school to me, though, comparatively. I'm just saying.
It's Adam.
Anyway, the leopard squid is very upset because Derek Waters is cooking some squid, and it's just not. It's like, well, I'm part squid. This is not okay.
This is a terrible Achilles heel, by the way. This is a bad kryptonite. That you've created a monster, and the thing, or it's a really good one, because I guess how often are you cooking dried squid on a hibachi?
Anyway, then we go to a scene where there's some stuff in this scene that I'm really, really into, and I don't think anybody wants to hear about how thirsty I am anymore, so I'm just not gonna go there.
Okay, so Date is in the lab, falling asleep and having a dream about his ideal director vision.
Okay,
I don't think that's what's happening. I don't think that was a dream. I think that all that happened.
Yeah, let's take a stutter step back, because oh my god, this hurts my throat to say it. I agree with.
Yeah, you
Adam.
Agree with me. We get it. It's funny. Ha ha.
It's not.
Oh, it's so hard to agree with Adam. La 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 la. Ugh.
It seems like I'm actually on the fence on this one, so I don't have to agree with Adam. It seems like Date is real mad that nothing is working out, but then we cut to a scene that definitely later on we know has happened because Kugami watches it.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's a dream.
And Corey, stuff happens from within it that clearly actually happened. Like, I don't honestly, I don't know why they did that scene of like Date like sleeping. Like, maybe it's to show that it's the next day. Maybe it's to show that, okay, somebody had a sleepy sleep, now it's the next day. But it's, yeah, it does. The way it's lit and everything definitely does imply that it could be a dream sequence.
My only note for the next bit is doll costume. So carry on.
Is there any way you could sing that phrase to the tune of the Goldfinger theme?
Doll costume.
Wah, 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 wah. Thank you.
Nice.
All right. So Corey, now that we've given our incredible defense, do you still think this is a dream sequence, or do you think it is? Because it is possible now that the rest of this episode and the next episode is just Date having a kip behind a nice long table.
Like St. Elsewhere.
Oh.
I felt like Date was idealizing what his directorial view was.
Yes,
so
but then,
pivoting from there to like the crew actually pulling it off doesn't seem unreal. Like, yeah, it could be the next day.
Part of that is him firing Goto.
Yeah, and part of that is Hina like getting scared by a mouse and almost killing AG.
Oh, no. I got 20 minutes about talking about this bullshit, so let's not even get there yet. So Date is like, oh, I hate everybody. I'm just going to take a nap and then maybe have a dream or maybe not have a dream. They are shooting a scene where everybody is just sing-heiling and compying to fucking beat the band. Chiyoko has a whip.
Yeah, possibly they have a whip and they're dressed in like some kind of vinyl. And anyway.
Everybody's marching around, and then Goto misses his line because he's concentrating so hard on not screwing up. And by
winning.
the way, and my heart went out to him because I feel like most of my life is spent thinking really hard about not screwing up and then absolutely screwing up. So poor boy. He is fired for the second time, and Maki now takes his part. And
it turns out they're shooting in an infested warehouse with mice. And there's like barrels nearby, and AG's being one of the mooks, and they gave Hina a blade weapon.
No, I don't. It's not a blade weapon. It's like it's just like a flag, I think.
Is the mice thing a reference to anything, or
girls are scared of mice?
But not to like not that. Yes, no.
Have you never read The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy?
I've watched Tom and Jerry cartoons. I understand that when a lady sees a mouse.
My take was like, Hina is like an elephant, and so of course elephants are scared of mice.
Okay.
And so she went wild with her staff weapon and knocked over a barrel that was almost gonna fall maybe on AG. Oh no! And then Derek Waters saves him. Yes. Like, oh no, my greatest desire based on this coin that in my head was to defeat the Kamen Riders. But I have to help people in danger. I'm not a bad Nazi.
Well, because AG's not being a Kamen Rider right then, so it's not the same thing. That would be a dishonorable victory.
Is Derek Waters anybody? Is that actor like an old Kamen Rider guy, or
no?
Is he
I looked him up. He's an actor who's been in bit parts in a lot of stuff, and he's also in a band of some kind. Pretty much everybody who shows up in these two episodes that seems like they're probably somebody, as near as I can tell, they're celebrity cameos of some type.
Oh, I mean, yes, that's actual. Like, they definitely are set up in a way that we're all supposed to go like, oh my god, I can't believe it's Phil, or whatever the fuck. But but no.
Very, very commonly in Japanese TV shows, cameos and stuff like that are very often done by idol singers, etc. So like people who are in popular groups or on talk shows and things like that. So as far as I can tell, that's basically what's going on here. I think the two ladies who show up as combatants in the next episode are like a Manzai team or something.
Let's pretend for a second that I don't know what Manzai means.
Let's pretend for a second. Okay, so there's a tall guy and a short guy, and the short guy's The short guy's real excitable, and the tall guy's real calm. And they say funny things.
Oh, it's Martin and Lewis.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, fine.
Abbott and
There's an uke and a
Costello
bouquet.
specifically.
Sure. Okay, so Derek saves him from a barrel. Everyone's confused. Derek's confused why he did it. AG's confused why he did it. And then is this when Ank's Spidey sense goes off and he's like,
well,
there's
we
a yummy
see
somewhere and we gotta
Jaguar Squid running around trying to find Kamen Riders to beat up, and a couple of bikers show up and he's like, "Are you Kamen Riders? I'm gonna beat you up."
And we're to believe for a split second, oh, maybe is this Ankh and AG, but it is not.
No. Then Ank's yummy sense goes off and they take off, and Date's like, haha, not this time. I'm paying attention. I'm coming along too. Then it turns out that the bikers are ladies. One of them has a really cool helmet with like the front piece is like a translucent like pinkish red heart or something. It looks really cool.
So
they beat the crap out of the Jaguar Squid and then eat some squid in front of them.
Japanese Anna Gasteyer and Japanese Sherry O'Terry do some kicks.
What the
do
hell?
Some kicks and wait, it's Japanese. No, she's never mind. Anna Gasteyer and Sherry O'Terry do kicks and punches in the general direction without connecting with the squid leopard. And he's like, "Oh no!" And then they cook a dried squid on a little hibachi and fan the hibachi smells towards him, and he's like, "Oh no, some more!" And it reminded me of my favorite time that I ever saw Morrissey. Did I ever tell you about my favorite time I saw Morrissey? You two?
No.
Okay. Well, so first of all, now
was there a dried squid? Why?
Why is this relevant?
First of all, let's take a moment to acknowledge that Morrissey's a racist piece of shit. Second, my wife and I were at Coachella. He's terrible.
Coachella,
Morrissey's terrible. My wife and I were at Coachella a few years back, and Morrissey was doing a show. My wife
he actually showed up. That's actually impressive.
He actually showed up. My wife was a Morrissey fan. We have all changed our alliances in the last couple of years. But
hey, Josh. You shut your mouth. Boy? How can you say I go about things the wrong way?
So Morrissey was in the middle of doing one of his stupid racist songs, and then he stopped and he sniffed the air and he went, "I cannot go on. I smell the odor of carrion flesh." And what had happened was the Coachella Valley desert winds had shifted and were blowing the smells from the food vendor area directly towards the stage. So what racist, stupid Morrissey did was he sniffed the air and he was like, "I can't smell pizza and curry. I'm sorry." Walked off stage for 20 minutes until the wind shifted again and it was no longer blowing meat food smells towards the stage, and then walked back out and did the rest of his stupid set.
That seems on brand.
I felt very honored to watch a real, true, honest to God Morrissey jerk fit. But anyways, they blow the smell of squid towards Squid Leopard, and like racist Morrissey, Squid Leopard is like, "Ooh." Anyways, moving on.
So Goto and Hina are both depressed because they're bad at their jobs. And
terrible.
Maki is like, "Yeah, you are. You're failures. You should just die."
Oh, I have a question.
Yeah.
Hang on. I got a question.
All right.
Why do they have crosses on their backs? Is this a thing that
he's a Shinigami?
Know? I mean, sure. Okay, Adam. What's a
Shinigami? Okay, sorry. He's a death god.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And
that's
have crosses
also why he has
a
scythe.
Oh, so he's like death.
Yeah, well, he's a guy who's dressed up like death, more accurately.
But is that? I guess my question is this tied into the Christian faith at all because of the very obvious cross, or does it
Christian
have
imagery is used a lot without context?
Great.
Let me tell you about a little show called Neon Genesis Evangelion.
Oh my god. No. Okay, so I'm looking up the guy who plays the Mook, who plays Derek Waters in this, and he was in, like,
And-
apparently Cabaret as Ernst
Hmm.
in Japan, and, some other stuff. Yeah.
Is Ernst the nice boy, or is he the boy who turns into a Nazi boy? Is he Tomorrow Belongs to Me boy, or is
I think
he
he might
the
be
writer
Tomorrow
boy?
Belongs to Me boy.
Well, then he is not the nice
your
boy.
16 going on 17 boy?
How dare you?
Wrong Nazi.
Okay.
And that is the Nazi musical sketch, ladies and gentlemen. Unless you want to talk about the Anything Goes opening number from Temple of Doom, although that's not Nazis.
Or possibly Blazing Saddles.
I mean,
Wait, no, not Blazing Saddles. Or
No.
possibly the producers. Sorry, wrong Mel Brooks. That was an actual accident instead of an intentional accident. So anyway, Goto and Hina feel bad. Chiyoko sings him a song to make him feel better.
it's like a song. It's like a recitation. It's almost like she's a rabbi. Like she's sort of talking. Certainly, there is no like soundtrack backing her up. So she's just sort of like keening. And basically, what she's saying is a variant on Samuel Beckett's "Fail, Fail Again, Fail Better." It doesn't matter if you screwed up, as long as you understand that you screwed up and you just try and do a little better. You two idiots. And the two of them are like, yeah, that makes sense. We're fuck ups, but like, maybe we'll not fuck up more later, and everybody feels better.
Anyway, Leopard Squid is fighting O's. Doop-a-doop-a-doo. And then Date shows up. And then he gets shot by a parrot. And then Goto shows up and shoots the parrot.
Yeah, and Derek Waters rolls up on a bicycle, all casual like, and is like, I'm watching this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and he's like, this is going great. This is exactly what I wanted to happen.
And Ank's like, use the blue combo, use Shouta. And Ichi's like, okay, but first I have to like jump in front of the parrot before Date shoots it. And then Goto and Date get their butts whooped. And Ichi's like, all right, time for Shouta, except he accidentally hits the parrot instead of the leopard squid. So the parrot goes boom, and Ank's like, ugh.
Accidentally.
Parrot was in the way.
The parrot was about to seriously murder Date, who we will find out.
Specifically requested that the parrot remain
Don't
unharmed.
play
You
ball
capture that
in the
alive.
house. Yeah.
Like, the parrot is off limits.
Yeah.
And what does he do? What's the first thing he does? Kicks the parrot.
Mm.
Some people.
So, Josh, what did you think of the episode?
You know what? I gotta tell you, I was about 9 hours ago. I was real mad at it, and now just talking about it. You know what? It's just good times. We're just everyone's just having a good time. Everyone's enjoying themselves. You know, it's fine. It was real, guys. It was stupid. It was real stupid. I didn't.
But it's
like
the fun kind of
but
stupid, Josh.
I'm not mad at it. I don't know about. You know what, guys? I don't know about this show. I think it might be kind of dumb.
Maybe
I don't know.
So it's okay that this is the 1000th episode because the 40th anniversary is coming.
That's you
Hey,
just
spoilers!
jumped an entire episode. What are you even doing?
I'm sorry.
Well, this has been Greed Watch, I guess.
Cut that, Corey. Cut that.
Yeah, Corey. Hey, Corey, cut that. Hey, Corey, cut all of Josh's talk too. Just cut Josh's feed.
Hey,
cut it out.
Hey, Corey, no problem. It's fine.
Double it up. Double up Josh's dialogue so it sounds like there's two of them.
Okay. Thank you all for listening. I'm Coriander Dickinson. You can find me on Twitter at Absolar.
Hey, everyone. I'm Josh A. Kagan, and you can find me on Instagram at Josh A. Kagan on Instagram.
Hi, everybody. I'm Adam Wasserman. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Gold Sarcasmium.
Thank you all for listening. Goodbye.
Bye.